Today, guys, we are looking at this video, why Australia might move a border. So what does that actually mean? So they're going to change borders to like separate like two different cities? I don't know. Let's check it out, guys. Let's see what we got. I mean, it's news. So this was posted 3 days ago. So it's something that is news. It's going to happen soon. Let's like it, guys, and let's actually see what we got. Do not forget, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are close to 1K subs. That's truly amazing, honestly. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, guys. With that being said, let's get on with it and let's see what we got.
This is one of Australia's state borders.
Okay, so this
so's
is
this.
borders.
Here's another.
Okay.
But there are calls for this one to move.
Okay, so why is that? That is what we're gonna learn, right? Yas Valley, it says there on the sign.
Australia's internal borders haven't changed in over 100 years. But now this border between New South Wales and the Australian Capital Territory presents a potential problem. It's partly because Australia is suffering one of the world's worst housing crises, and because this really straight borderline doesn't reflect the reality of the landscape around it.
This is very uncommon and really hasn't been seen other than some minor realignment. So this is really the first substantive change since Federation.
Think of Hong Kong or New York.
Okay.
These cities have expanded up because there's not really anywhere else to go. But Australia isn't short on space.
That is true.
Our cities have expanded further and further out in a phenomenon known as urban sprawl. And that includes
Australia, they grow outwards instead of upwards. Interesting.
Australia's capital, Canberra.
Canberra's proving to be a really popular place to live, so we need to build more housing. Canberra is Australia's cool little capital.
Built in the Australian Capital Territory as the centre of power between Sydney and Melbourne, Canberra's population of about 460,000 residents is forecast to reach almost 800,000 by 2060, with the highest growth projected in the north, right at the New South Wales border. One of the city's proposed housing developments will deliver 11,500 much-needed homes.
Ginninderry is probably one of the first large-scale urban developments that will cross a border for some time, and so having a border run through the middle leads to some interesting quandaries.
So residents living in the same neighbourhood could be subject to completely different healthcare and education systems, even different
That's
laws.
weird.
And if Australia ever closed its internal borders, as happened during the COVID pandemic, there's a risk neighbours could be cut off from each other entirely. Perhaps all of this may have been avoided if whoever drew the borders of the ACT in 1910 hadn't drawn this oddly straight line.
That is a weird
The
border.
border
It's
at the
just like a
moment,
straight line,
somewhat
like-
arbitrary in that it doesn't follow the rest of the pattern of the ACT
Yeah.
border, which was very much driven
It's
by
just like a
access to
straight
water
line,
and
bro.
water catchments.
Without redrawing the map, this part of the development would be cut off from the rest of New South Wales, effectively becoming an island between this river, this creek, and the border.
It would be a very odd set of service provision because, again, all those New South Wales services could only access the area by coming through the ACT.
Even the head of the local council on the New South Wales side agrees that handing over the land is probably the best option.
The rate revenue that would be generated from that area would not be sufficient to be able to cater for maintaining the assets and the services to an ACT standard.
The New South
Is
Wales
that how they have borders? Like they literally just have these fences separating like each border. I mean, isn't it easy for someone just to jump over or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys, about that.
government wants to crunch the numbers before it agrees to any change, and the federal government would need to agree too.
How this actually happens is a little bit on the fly in the sense of figuring this out, but it is within our constitution.
Okay, interesting, right? I mean, that was a short video, but I think we got the point of it. Let me know, guys, what you think about this in the comments below. It was actually a bit confusing to me, to be honest. But anyways, let me know what you think. Let me know about what I asked, guys, below in the comments. And yeah, that is it for today's video. If you got any other video suggestions, do let me know on the Discord community, guys. Link will be below in the description, so go check that out. Let me know what other things you want me to check out. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Do not forget, like the video, subscribe, and peace out, everyone.